My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to the game. That game in particular we're concentrating to. Hi. So, I'm thinking, what if we went Pyre as the lead? Because it's been a while since I've had Pyre as the lead. And then maybe Hellhorned as the follow? Yeah. We can even swap to Pyre of Dominion if we really want to here. Dropping all of our starter cards and our train stewards, and immediately we draw 4 packs and double each card picked. Yeah. Lady Gilda, it's been a while. I haven't had Lord Phoenix in a while though. Deal damage equal to this unit's attack. Apply Pyre Gel 4 to enemy units. I'd be able to give this unit Rage, maybe, to increase its attack so that you're actually dealing damage with that, but it's still a cooldown of every 3 turns, which isn't especially good. No, I'm gonna take Gilda. Because if I'm... Oh, yeah, I lose... Wait, hang on. Don't I lose? Remove transfer... Oh, okay, so I still get these cards. Cool. Another demon friend. Hello. 4 amber, 3 size trample unit. 2 copies of Ritual of Rage. The 3 comes in its cost. 3 amber applies Rage 12 to a single unit, and then Lava Armor 1 amber applies 10 health, and on Revenge apply Pyre Gel 3 to the attacker. So I get 2 copies of whatever I draft here. Greed. 1 amber, deal 20 damage to all units. On Slay, gain 10 coin. I do like that. A second copy of that is less interesting to me though. Sacrificial Chamber, 1 amber, gain 10 units when 10 coins when a unit dies. I do like that a hell of a lot, to be honest. And then we have Inequivalent Exchange, deal damage equal to 25 times your Dragon Sword, then lose 1 Dragon Sword. Absolutely not. Give me the Sacrificial Chamber. I certainly want one of the ones that gives us additional money. I want a copy of Greed. I don't want 2 copies of Greed, but right now, what? I've got 4 packs. 4 packs, and it's 2 from each clan, I have to imagine. I'm gonna take the Sacrificial Chamber. Thank you. I was really hoping that I would start getting some imps, and that I, like, dupe the imps, maybe some whelps, dupe the whelps, that kind of thing. Rage Serum, 0 cost, consume, apply Rage 5. There's also 2 copies of the Impish Scholar. Summon to return a random consumed spell to your hand. And then Important Work. 0 cost, sacrifice an imp, gain 1 amber, draw 1 card. I'm gonna take 2 Impish Scholars. To Banner Clan, interesting. There's Greed Dragon. 2 cost, 3 size. On summon, gain 10/10 for each Dragon Horde. I don't really want to have to save Dragon Hordes until the fight starts, ideally. And Hothead, ability Fire Breathing AoE, 2 damage. Love it. Steelworker, 2 copies of that, or 2 copies of Branded Warrior. Branded Warrior is nice. Slay, gain Rage 5 to friendly, or apply Rage 5 rather to friendly units. Very useful to have that behind Hothead, does some pretty good damage, but then also on Slay gives additional damage to the Hothead. The Hothead then deals damage when it uses the Fire Breathing ability. 2 copies of Steelworker, 1 amber, 2 size. On resolve, apply armor 6 to friendly units. So much health. So good for health. I'm gonna take the Branded Warriors. Because I'm thinking Demon Friend will be its own line. We'll have 2 lines, actually, hang on. Hothead, Branded Warrior is 1 line. Honestly, I probably don't play the Demon Friend in the first couple of fights. Yeah, this is what I was hoping for. Guild Mother. 1 size, changed. It's now 4 size. 0 ember, 4 size, trample. Summon a Gilded Egg on summon. And the summon, the Gilded Egg, retreats, so it moves to the back of the line, and then when you beat a boss, it gives you 2 Ember. I like that. Friendly units enter with armor, rather. Friendly units gain stealth 1 on summon and on slay. +3 damage per stack of stealth. That's a little bit of a problem because the hotheads will slay, which means they'll reveal the branded warriors behind them to damage. Scorched Steel for just a little bit of armor is certainly fine. I have no spells that consume just yet, but eventually I'm hoping to decrease the cost of the Rituals of Ember with consumption, as well as include random consume spells that I think are appropriate. I'm so keen to be using this modifier specifically. The Pyre Heart. I think it'll do a lot of work for us. Draw one less card each turn. I'll be fine with that. So I think I want to go Hothead, Branded Warrior, and then Lady Gilda on its own line, with maybe another Branded Warrior behind something else. So we're looking like Hothead, Branded Warrior, Gilda, another Branded Warrior at the top. Perfect. Sacrificial Chamber for the bottom line. We get Lava Armor to keep you healthy. And then, boom, that'll hit the backliner. We take 1 damage here. But I collect 20 for it. So Rage 12, it's 24 additional damage. 24 additional damage takes you to 27. Still not enough to take out the Cowering Sycophant by yourself. So we'll buff the backliner. That's fine. Our AoE is ready for this line. Obviously, we'll get rid of the Chime of Despair. No, I'm going to take the opportunity to add some additional damage to the bottom line so I can try and resolve battle there. Beauty. And then a sack chamber for the top line, literally just collects 10 more gold. If I can push all of the extra gold that I earned in this fight from just early sacrificial chambers into giving us a real snowball, oh baby. Snotty Whelp, 1 Ember, 1 Size, has the ability Gelly Sneeze, cooldown of 2, deals 1 damage and then applies Pyre Gel 12 to the front end unit. Not awful. Golden Touch though. Deals 5 damage, Slay, gain 1. Dragon Horde, I gotta say, there's never a bad time to have that. Molten Imp, 1 Ember, 1 Size, on summon, deal 8 damage to enemy units. I gotta say, I do want that. I want to get more imps in this deck. I would love if this deck could support like an imp sub-theme. And obviously I'm not looting for only 25. We'll be saving our Dragon Sword for later, thank you. Merchant of Steel, Merchant of Magic in the second area. I do want to go to another Merchant of Magic. I will say Merchants of Steel are very good for us. And it really depends on whether or not I go on one on that third line. Hellhorn unit versus Fireborn unit. More likely to want a Fireborn right now, I think. Merchant of Steel next to you. Okay, Merchant of Steel, let's think about it. Max, if you give me Large Stone, that goes on one of the Hotheads. If you give me Mini Stone, it goes on Demon Friend. If you give me Multi-Strike, it goes on one of the Branded Warriors or Demon Friend. Additional health, Hothead, additional damage, Branded Warriors. Endless goes on Molting Imp. Quick and additional damage goes on Demon Friend. I really can't think of too many upgrades available. Dualism. Dualism on one of the Branded Warriors is insane. On Slay, apply Rage 10 to friendly units. That's 20 additional damage. Great. There's Endless for a Molting Imp. Realistically, I would love like an Impish Scholar, maybe to be Endless or something like that. But I don't have a card that's ultra buffed that, like, if I could for instance, Ritual Battle. If I get you -2 cost and gain Consume, and then I reduce your cost one more time, so you're 0 cost for 12 rage and Consume, then I make an Endless Scholar bring you back every single turn. That's just 12 rage to my favorite target every single turn, as well as a chump block. And then if I get, I don't know, the ashes that allow double trigger of that, I get even more value. I'm going to give it to an Impish Scholar, and we're going to make that work. Quick and additional damage definitely goes on the Demon Friend, so it can try and protect its friends. One of the Hotheads will take some additional health, and one of the Branded Warriors will take some additional damage. Magma Mauler, 1 Ember 2 size on strike, apply Pyre Gel 8. Honestly? It's not great. I have so many banning units that I really feel like I can be picky. I don't think you're a good banning unit for me. I'll take my money there. Next area is almost invariably left. You can have Titan Skin if you want. I plan to flay you anyhow. Drop a sack chamber for the bottom line. Hothead takes out 2 targets, and then set up our other Hothead, and we're good. Ooh, Golden Touch, obviously got to use that this turn. Let's get rid of the Energizing Flautist so you don't all just fly past me to the next floor. Obviously, we have a couple of Merchant of Magic upgrades that really want to go on our... where are you? Golden Touch. Sacrificial Chamber on this midline is just 30 additional gold this turn. I'm gonna drop a Molting Imp as well. Wow. No, okay, good. I was about to say, wow, it still wasn't capable of doing enough damage for me to get a Slay on this bottom line, but no, it was. We're good. It's really important that I keep Lady Gilda alive because the Gilded Egg needs to survive. I would love Golden Touch to take out that enemy there. Realistically, I think that's actually probably the safest move as well. Perfect. We're actually fine. I really wanted to play Calcified Ember this turn, but obviously you go for the Dragon Sword instead. Oh my god. We're drawing 5 cards next turn. One in 5 chance we draw the Dragon Slayer game. Dang, we didn't. That's okay. I'll get the Calcified Ember out of the deck. We'll take down the boss to celebrate. Alchemy, 3 Amber consume, gain 2 Dragon Sword. Honestly, yeah. I don't want to include consume cards that aren't very impactful right now, like Lava Flow, unfortunately. Because I plan to bring them back, of course. Vent, 3x damage to enemy units. I mean, that's just like a Molting Imp, but it's not an Imp. So I'm going to take the Molting Imp. So if I... Yeah, 6 is fine right now. We get a minor Pyreborn artifact selected and a random artifact given. As well as 50 gold. When you damage your own unit, reduce cooldown by 1. If I could? Unfortunately, I don't have torches in this deck because some idiot got us the Pyre of Dominion by heart. What are they doing out there? If I did have that, though, it'd be very nice. Able to set up my hotheads a little better. However, Sharpened Teeth, Dragons and Whelps at +8 damage. That's the hothead, +8 damage. That's very good for you. Winged Steel, after deployment phase, when you play your third card of the turn, draw 1. Thank you kindly. Just gonna give me a draw gem out of nowhere? Baby, don't know what you're doing to me. Intrinsic and -1 to a cost. I mean, and then getting a holdover on Golden Touch would be great. Spell Chain. If I could Spell Chain and reduce your cost by 2, but unfortunately I can only reduce your cost by 1 because you already have Consume on you. So, like, you coming back for 4 additional Dragon Sword each turn is not realistic. Spell Chain on... still not that great. I think I just lower the cost of the Alchemy one. Spell Chain doesn't have any really good targets just yet. I'm gonna roll. There we go. -2 cost and Consume as well as Double Stack. Both go on the same Ritual of Battle. Perfect. Fly Rage 24 and Consume. Heal the Pyre equal to the spell's cost. I'm not commonly gonna play the more expensive of the Rituals of Battle. Alchemy just healing for 2 per battle. That doesn't seem great. Fireborn unit, Social Alcove. Let's look at the unit first. Guildmonger, love it. 1 Ember, 2 Size. On Extinguish, gain 1 Dragon Horde. Also, Magma Cultist. On Incant, apply Fire Gel 1 to enemy units, but I don't really do that. Oh, wow. The rail shakes. Oh, it's Dominion! Of course, of course, of course. Wait, you're planning to upgrade a unit? Oh no. Alright. Dominating power plus 10 damage on strike, apply corruption 20. Okay. Authority on summon, spawn a random friendly unit from your deck. Oh dear. That would give the Impish Scholar the ability to summon the Demon Friend. That's kinda cool. Just summon the Impish Scholar to bring additional units out of the deck every turn. The thing is, I wouldn't be able to do it consistently. I would only be able to bring out random things. Dominating control. Yeah, you know what? Impish Scholar, why don't you summon friends? I'm probably gonna have to go Ember for my first upgrade, so that I can make sure that I've played all of the units that I care about on that first round, the deployment phase. And then we'll be fine. I'm only gonna have 2 lines here. Guildmonger can be their own line. I'm not keen to see the oh wait, hang on, you're right, you're not knocking our units back. That's actually great. We're fine, we're fine. Oh my god. Ritual of Battle, Impish Scholar in the same hand right now. It's difficult. There's a lot of meta goals kind of competing with one another at the moment. Golden Touch wants to be used, Sacrificial Chamber wants to be down on the ground, so does Ritual of Battle and Impish Scholar. I think maybe The Ambitious Scholar could possibly summon Demon Friend, in which case we'd never get a Slay again with the Branded Warrior. This Demon Friend would summon a unit behind it, but I'd also want the Demon Friend itself to be open do dying. Okay, I think its Sacrificial Chamber goes on the bottom line. We take out the enemy that attacks, and then I think Ritual of Battle. Perfect. Oh, I'm going to be taking 2 damage to Pyres here, unfortunately. But the Vengeful Champion attacks, then is attacked for 21, and then the Branded Warrior slays, so we get even more rage on the floor. Perfect. Oh, Alchemy and an Impish Scholar to add it back to hand. I do like Lava Armor for Lady Gilda here, try and keep you healthy, as well as start adding some Pyre Gel to the boss. But Impish Scholar wants to be played sooner rather than later. Oh, we added the wrong consume card back to hand, but I guess I'm fine with it. I have to play Dominion's Eye, otherwise I can't play anything else, and then realistically I can't play anything else because I played Dominion's Eye. Well, actually, hang on. Hang on. It's unpurgeable, so I don't need to play this. I'm going to play the Calcified Ember, purge that out of the deck. If I'm not going to be playing anything else, why not? Hothead's not really rocking with much HP at the moment, unfortunately. Golden Touch is well set up, though. Let's get a Ritual of Battle and then Sacrificial Chamber set up on this midline. Unfortunately, we go past the Impish Scholar that I really would like to use. Alas. Yes, kill them. This will cause me to draw a single card if I play a card here. Do I want to draw any of those cards? 1 in 4 chance I end up drawing some damage to my Pyre. Oh, hang on. The answer is yes, because I need to leave the floor with units on it, otherwise Archeon deals damage directly to Pyre. Oh, the Impish Scholar keeps being drawn out when I don't have any Ember to use it. Good God. I'm obviously quite deeply worried because we're going to lose. I gotta tell you, I didn't think there was a single goddamn chance of that happening. I forgot about the fact that we weren't supporting the health of any of our units. Run it back. Run it back! Oh, just a single copy of Miser this time. 2 copies of Pyre Cask, as well as 2 copies of Fortifying the base deck. Okay, decreasing the cost. I gotta say, as soon as we got 1 more Ember, like if we beat the Archeon fight, we were gonna be fine. Oh boy, we were gonna be fine. Alright, never mind. 2 copies of Fanning the Flame. Explosive, deal 3 damage to a random enemy unit on Slay. Increase the damage by 3 permanently. I mean, having an early copy of that is great, but also Stuck Up Whelp. 1 Ember, 1 Size. Ability is Expensive Taste. Apply Avarice 2 to friendly units. I do really like the idea of having a Whelpful Floor. Make it rain, deal 5 damage to enemy units, repeat it up to 3 times. Give me the Whelps. Inflame, Rage Serum, and Battering Ram. I'll take Inflame for some armor. Hothead is very happy to see that Inflame. That wasn't the part that was problematic about last run. In fact, I think that was probably one of the best things about last run, having the Hotheads and Branded Warriors to work together. Kind of what I was hoping for. Bloat Matron, Harvest, apply Biogel 2 to enemy units. Whelp units cost -1 on this floor. I want to have endless Whelp units and just play them on that floor and then use that to, like, chump block as well as to whittle units down, getting them ready for the next line up. Demon units get multi-strike 1 just off the bat. Really? These Branded Warriors both get multi-strike 1. Yes, please. Thank you, Gurg. I appreciate the goad. Although I think the word is went that you're looking for. -1 to Pyre Dampener, Energy Butter, that's fine. So it's like Hothead, Branded Warrior with a Miser in between for the bottom line. And that Miser gets played next round. I want Lady Gilda to be the bottom line, but I don't... does that make sense right now? Well, actually, maybe that does make sense right now. Especially if I'm not immediately playing the Miser, I say, before immediately drawing the Miser. I'm gonna Fortify just to keep the Miser alive so that I get my Avarice every turn. I definitely want this midline to die, so I'm gonna have to use Hothead to force that. Or I can just Inflame you. Yeah, that'll do. Leaving our ability to use your ability next round. Stuck Up Whelp on the bottom line. Give us the Avarice ability. Then Hothead takes out all the enemies. Get rid of the Chime of Despair. Hothead a little bit more armor. Perfect. Actually, I guess that armor probably should have gone on the bottom line. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep that unit alive. Should be a significant amount more money by doing that. Get him, Miser. Ooh, that's money. Oh boy, in heaven is that ever money. Multi-strike by demon, by default rather, on these demons is so good too. Golden Touch, Flicker, and Lava Flow. What do you think? Do you think I'm gonna go for the one that I click every single time it appears? Fledgling Imp, Molten Imp, and Hornbreak. I will say, Fledgling Imp dropped in between a Branded Warrior and a Hothead is incredible. Rage 5 to friendly units. Big. I'm leaning towards the Hellhorned banner, specifically because demon units get multi-strike, so it's like every demon unit comes with a default multi-strike. Like, how do you ignore that? Also, I do have a lot of spells that want very specific upgrades. Remove Consume. -1 cost certainly goes on either Golden Touch or an Inflame comfortably. Hellhaunt unit. Oh my god. You are gonna offer me a Demon Friend. Well, I mean, it has multi-strike. How do you turn that down? I could lower the cost of Golden Touch as well as give it magic power. I really feel like lowering its cost is much more important, though. Remove Consume from a spell. It's just still not that much. Also, if I'm getting double stack, I put it on Inflame. I think this one's a reroll. Yeah, -2 cost and Consume as well as Holdover. Holdover goes on the new Golden Touch. -2 cost and Consume goes on one of the Inflames. God, do I start removing cards from this deck? No, actually, we start with very few cards in this deck in the first place. Okay, so we should be able to just get to our Golden Touch early enough to comfortably use it consistently. It does enough damage to take out a backliner constantly here, so we're fine. I can give him Titan Skin. Oh, cool, we drew it. Bottom floor is my Avarice floor. The next floor is the kill floor. Oh, collected by yourself on that top line. I have to play a Hothead just to kill you? Woof. Granted, I do find it worthwhile, but oof. We can let a healer go all the way to the top. Actually, they're not even going to get there. The Hothead's there to intercept them already. Duke up. Well, thank you for giving us all Avarice, as well as sacrificing your own life there. You might not think you're doing that, but you absolutely are. And here, I will start giving some armor to Lady Gilda, ideally to keep her alive for as long as possible in the Relentless, so that I can get as much Avarice as possible. Yeah. Did you have to have spikes? Wah. Golden Touch again, good lord. Nice. I can't support another one. I've already got Holdover. Pyre Ball, 2 Ember, Explosive, deal 20 damage to a single target, or Lava Armor. Yeah. On Revenge, apply Pyre Gel 3 to attacker. Also another Fledgling Helper as well as a Welder Helper. I don't dislike Welder Helper either. I'm gonna get a versatility there. It's like one of 3 minor Pyreborn artifacts. The only problem is we're exactly 1 away from the next Dragon Sword level that I really do care about, but also I'm very likely to hit like another 5 in the next area. So I think I loot here a little early. We get to select 1 of 3 Pyreborn relics. On your first turn, 2 additional energy. That's pretty. After using an ability, friendly units gain armor 3 is also really good. When an enemy unit ascends, that's less relevant. On your first turn, 2 additional energy. I like that, because if we do draw Demon Friend on the first turn, we can use it. We can use more setup. I like Ember Charge a lot. Shale Shell, though, I will admit, I have been thinking about, specifically because the hotheads would give a little bit of armor, which is nice. But realistically, it's so that the stuck-up whelps also bomb the field with some armor, as well as the Avarice. I feel like when I get more whelps, it will make a lot more sense. Whereas this one's only making dollars. Yeah, Shale Shell first. I was really hoping to get, I think Hidden Coffers is the one I was looking for. 2 additional to the Dragon Sword would have been useful there. Merchant of Magic. Ooh, double stack. Yes, please. We also have Spell Chain. It's hard to double play out, like... This is weird. -2 cost and consume to the other in flame, and then also Spell Chain. So both of them are effectively double stacked. Both of them consume as well, so I would really like to be able to bring consumed spells back to hand. Plus 10 magic power, be relevant for all of these. If I were to roll, what would I want? Honestly, almost nothing. We did pretty well in that store. Fireborn unit as well as a Sashalko. Fireborn unit shows us another hothead, don't need that, and a Magma Mauler, certainly don't need that either. Celestial Alco. A rare pick from a different clan. Lunar Coven certainly doesn't make much sense for us. Melting Remnant. Honestly, the ability to reform some of these units would be really cool. Sure. Remnant Pact. 1 Ember consume, apply Endless to a friendly unit. Gives us the ability to get the whelps to come back, or some of the imps. Love it. We can save a lot of money for the next area, and then we'll be able to go to a Forgotten Boons as well as Merchant of Trinkets. If we get double summon effects, we know exactly how to deal with that. So again, I do want my bottom line to be big and beefy and avaricious. I would love to find time eventually to play my Demon Friend, but we definitely start with the Branded Warrior and the Hothead. Yeah, I just gotta make sure that I support the health of that Hothead. Nice. Okay. Stuck up well. Give everyone some armor. Become Endless. I'm gonna play you every single turn on that same floor. Then Inflame. Consume and double stack. Give a bunch of armor to the Hothead. Right, no units on that floor is a problem. I think I have to take 5 damage on my Pyre to Archeon this turn. It could be so. It could definitely be worse. Stuck up bottom line, give us all Avarice, so that's just another 2 Avarice this turn. So you are a chump blocker for 4 health. You give 4 Avarice in total to the rest of the field. And you give them 3 armor. And you do that every turn. I think that's probably good enough. We can let a... 19... I could put a Branded Warrior and double in Flame on the top line if I really want to. And honestly, I do want to play the Golden Touch, so I guess I am doing that. Also, they get a lot of rage. I'll take out my own imp this time, so that I can summon a new one and keep my endless one atop the deck. Then, ideally, Welder Helper for this mid line to keep the Hothead healthy. Hothead also wants to be on the top line. How likely am I to be able to keep you healthy? Fortify. Stuck up well. Lava armor. Okay. We summon the other Hothead this time. Use your ability to take out both enemies. No, because the Branded Warrior responding and slaying both of them is going to be plus 10 rage for the entire floor. Which is going to be very impactful when this next wave goes up. Fortify. Stuck up well. Gives armor. Hothead takes down both enemies. Perfect. You got a Golden Touch if you can. And Pyre cast for the Pyre boss. You got a Golden Touch. You got a Golden Touch. I do want to keep the bottom line alive as long as possible, but this mid line is going to have a lot of health difficulties if I don't assist early and often. Okay. I had to take down my own unit there, but it is important I do so. Then Welder Helper on this line, and I'm going to Pyre Gel my own guy. Yeah. Oh, no, I've got Stuck Up Whelp in the next hand as well. So I can just play that on the top line, and then I can kill it. Okay, cool. It's fine. I'm going to get a Pyre Cask on the boss. Nice. Golden Touch. Summon the Whelp, give the Avarice, then Hothead takes out the enemy immediately. Hell yeah. So we do get to the 6 on the Dragon Horde, which is the important number. Cursed Dragon Staff, incant to apply 1 damage to enemy units. Impalate. Deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 20 times the number of imp units in your deck. I want the imp units to be a lot of my deck. I do. But I also want whelp units to be a lot of my deck. Superheated. Consume. Double the amount of Pyre Gel on a unit. Not that interesting. Curse of Dragonstaff does do a lot of damage. I think I want it. I think putting that on Lady Gilda and then using the bottom line makes a lot of sense to me. Another demon friend that I can't play? Greed Dragon and Horned Warrior? I don't think so. Like, I could put a Horned... I could go... It would be additional size. Actually, you know what? I think I do need additional capacity. And we loot. Spells gain +3 damage for each upgrade on their card. Huge hit for us, giving the Golden Touch basically double damage. Goes from 5 to 11. Magma Core. Your Pyre buys Pyre Gel 2, 20 units on all floors on Revenge. Okay. I mean, you know, that'll at least happen when I have to let my Pyre get hit occasionally with the Vengeful Shards. I really did want extra Ember there, but this'll do. I really also still need extra Ember quite badly. Hopefully, like, extra setup Ember would actually be very effective. Ooh, Unbroken Horn. Conserve energy between turns. Also, Summoning Welt reduces the cooldown of friendly units by 1. I'd like that to be relevant. And friendly units enter with Rage 3. I think that is relevant. I'm going to take all 3 of them. I'm probably going to roll and take another one as well. Bloat Matron with a bunch more health, as well as on half a supply Pyre Gel for 20 units. I like your enchant giving Avarice, but realistically, that doesn't give us a good ultimate direction. Reroll. I'm looking for like something truly insane. Well, this is actually fun. Hang on. After using an ability, friendly units gain armor 3. Railhammer. After a friendly unit gains armor, it gains 4 additional stacks. There's also Lightstone Casing for a 3rd upgrade on a spell. Which, like, we do have some spells with double upgrades. Inflame, the other Inflame, Golden Touch. Those getting a 3rd upgrade would be really good, but I don't think it really changes too much. Oh, Dominion. Again. I don't have any units very upgraded, but +10 damage on strike, apply corruption 20. My melee weakness 1 and spell weakness 1 on strike. With multi-strike on these units, I really do feel like someone should be holding this. Horned Warrior, you could have... I feel like I should actually give it to one of the branded warriors so that they're more likely to slay in the first place, getting their rage triggers to start chaining. And melee weakness 1 and spell weakness 1 on strike. I gotta say as well, though, having a random friendly unit summon, it's pretty good. It's pretty good considering the whelps. Give me damage on one of the branded warriors. So the line is supposed to be hothead, branded warrior with a horned warrior behind. So this unit's more likely to get the slays and then propagate the damage to the backline unit. Ideally. If I could just get 3 more deployment Ember, oh my god. Non-boss enemies restore all of their health when they move off the floor. Pretty much all of their health. Ooh. I mean, we need to play the Golden Touch. I think Yikes. Do I play a hothead here? Do I let Lady Gilda take all of this corruption? I could play a Hothead on the bottom line. I could Golden Touch one of them. I could use the Hothead's ability. And then you basically end up dying the turn after. So I can't run a third line if I do that. Honestly, I think it's probably best. Yeah, stuck up well. Perfect. Oh, I played a Whelp, so your ability is back. Hothead getting an ability every turn from Attuned Manacles, admittedly, that is actually pretty appealing. Maybe I do keep you alive. Maybe I do. 24 armor, another 12, yeah. I can do this. Totally okay saving an energy for next turn as well. Also, Pyre Chomper, an imp that gives us 4 Ember would be great because I can just save excess Ember for the turn after. Wait, hang on. Golden Touch didn't take out a unit that turn. That's literally not acceptable. Horned Warrior to have another unit gaining the Rage when branded slays is very important to me. It's a lot of corruption on the Hothead. I still think I can keep it alive though. Because Dragon Staff, neat. Sure. Drop the Curse's Dragon Staff on Gilda. Then we'll inflate. Wait, hang on. Then we'll slay an enemy, forcing the Pyre Gel. Then inflame, taking out an enemy. Then inflame again. Lava armor for our frontliner to keep him alive. Perfect. If I can make one of the... it's not Hellhorned. Branded Warrior. If I can make one of the Branded Warriors have haste, that'd be incredible for us. Dominion's Eye. Hit him with a Golden Touch. And Well to Helper just to protect that line a little bit more as well. To help her. I don't dislike having the Hothead as the frontliner here, admittedly. I mean, fighting on this line for a long time is pretty much ideal for us. I guess I'll give Endless to Lady Gilda. Wait a second. Wait a second. Deal 1 damage to enemy units on in-camp. And that's... Is that attributed to the unit, or is that attributed to the equipment? Because if that's attributed to the unit, then we could use that as an Avarice trigger. Which would be insane. I want to burn a Calcified Ember out of the deck, but I recognize that the significantly better play by half is an additional Dragon Sword. Actually, it's not. That was only 25 more gold. Oops. Wealthy Whelp, Moneymaker. Gain 5 coins for each of your Dragon Horde. You're not that good of a whelp, but I have so much space for whelps right now. Impish Scholar. 100% Impish Scholar. It can return these insane In Flames to my hand. It can return Remnant Pacts, which would give me the ability to summon it. It's Impish Scholar 100%. Loot the Horde. Increase max Dragon Sword by 2, thank you. Friendly units gain 3 damage on Slay as the Consumed Crown. Merchant Trinkets again with this much money, yeah. Absolutely. Give me my ashes. Apply Pyre Gel 5 to enemy units when a whelp dies. I do like that. It loops into what I want to do. Units gain extra upgrade slot. I like that as well, but I'm unlikely to end up utilizing, but it's enough money that I will take it. Trader's Quill, when it comes with Consumed Blade, deal 30 damage to the front enemy unit. No. Ooh, on deployment phase, draw a room card from the deck and reduce its cost to 0. Yes, I have no room cards yet, so I like taking that as setup. Rate the units gain Avarice 2 will pay off for itself by the time we need it. Steelworker, multi-strike 1, on resolve apply armor 10 to friendly units. You are so big! Huge. Steelworker with the rail hammer, hell yeah. Discarded wings, +5, +10, and the ability of flight for a single unit. I like flight for Demon Friend. He really needs to fly though. I mean, we could give that to this branded warrior, but ideally we give you like another multi-strike considering your ability. Give me less common wings. Arcus's wing. +8, +15, and the ability of flight still. One of the hotheads could happily take this. Obviously, branded warrior. Steelworker. I like the idea of just moving you from line to line. We'll definitely take the wing. Let's give it to the Demon Friend. You're more likely to end up overstacking a floor that you don't want to be overstacking, but if I ever summon you, you are going to be incredible. Pyre remains, Empyrean Well, and Merchant of Magic. I will note, though, Merchant of Steel on the left-hand side is something I haven't really had the ability to get for a while. Empyrean Well for a dupe, though, is very lovely. I mean, another copy of one of those in Flames would be insane. Obviously, another copy of that Golden Touch would be absurd, too. Penitent Prayer Stone is spawned on each floor. Eventually, I'll have to take care of the Prayer Stones. They'll have 100 health and 4 spikes, which is pretty bad for our branded warriors. But I do think it's worth it. And I also don't think it's going to be too difficult to deal with. I like the idea of having Steelworker and a Miser here on the bottom line. The Steelworker will help keep my units alive on the bottom, specifically my Lady Gilda and my Miser. And then my warriors will just kill themselves the first time they attack, so I think maybe I don't spawn warriors yet. In which case I'm summoning just hotheads. Conserve energy between turns. I don't know if... Okay, hang on, I'm gonna test something here. Will Railhammer respect... Sorry, will Railhammer... Will Unbroken Horn respect leftover deployment Ember? Yeah, it does. It's good to see. So if I play out Dominating Eye, I can play Pyre Cask and Impish Scholar and Pyre Cask again. I think I'm gonna have to set up on the top line. It's like Pyre Cask, Impish Scholar to block on this floor. Doesn't block enough damage to really keep us healthy. Pyre Cask again, and then Branded Warrior. The worst one. So it'll be able to take out that unit, but also it takes out itself. I lose my Steelworker on the bottom line. I don't dislike Hothead on the bottom line. I just have to also be ready to play a Whelp down there, so I'm not going to use Well to help at this turn. Ravenous Zealot is going to be a problem. Finally got Golden Touch. So I'm going to stuck up Whelp on the bottom line, use its ability. That ability is also refresh the Hothead, so now I can use the Hothead to take out the enemy line here. Very useful. We don't even end up losing the stuck up Whelp, which is not how I wanted that to go down. 19. I still need to actually be able to use my Golden Touch that turn. It's like Horned Warrior on the top line with Fortify gives you the ability to take out the Adamant Shield Buster. Unfortunately, the Ravenous Zealot behind only gets stronger as a result of that. It's actually worse for you to take out the units than it is for you not to. We end up taking significantly more damage by letting the Ravenous Zealot get larger. So... God, what does that mean? give the miser that, and then how much money do I get from this? Hmm? Zero money? Okay, so the incant trigger from Curse of Dragonstar being triggered on a unit that has Avarice does not give you gold, does not trigger Avarice. That's unfortunate. Would have been nice if it did. Ah, well. Yeah. That sucked a lot. That was kind of the cost, though. Golden Touch, and then that takes out enough HP for the rest of them that I can drop a Fortify. Ooh. I'm gonna drop Branded Warrior with Lava Armor to keep you alive, and then you just take out that enemy for us. Perfect. Ooh, Golden Touch. Drop a hot head up there to keep him alive. Golden Touch and then Inflame's more than enough, and next wave is when we want to be able to play the Hothead. Actually, we're going to draw 2 whelps next wave, so I can use your ability. It's fine. Still got whelp. Use your ability. Grand. And that's enough to take out all the enemies, and that's a bunch of Avarice triggering on the bottom line, so I use Golden Touch. Oh boy, we didn't even get to use Golden Touch enough times this time. Granted, we still get to steal a lot of money. Time of contracts. Oh wow! One ember spell consume. Reduce a unit's cooldown timer by 1 to a minimum of 1. Soul Smelter as well. 3 ember on Siphon. Whenever a unit dies on the floor, gain 1 soul. Celebrate. Gain 1. Celebrate triggers when the boss dies, of course. Gain 1 Dragon Sword per every 4 soul. Realistically, that would be a way to get a lot of Dragon Sword. Tome of Contracts on a Hothead, though, literally gives it the ability to explode every turn. That's so good. Fire Chomper. I'll be saving it this time, hoping to get up to 9 or 10. Merchant of Magic, Empyrean Well, Merchant Steel. We do have Pyre Stone housing as well, so I really want to upgrade my minions as much as possible. Even if they don't necessarily want the upgrade, it's probably better they have it. Another multi-strike? Absolutely. On the Branded Warrior, on Demon Friend. I mean, one of the Hotheads gets Tight Knight. Demon Friend's just not being played right now? If I get additional Ember, do you end up getting played? I don't think you end up getting played until I already play like a Pyre Chomper. So I do think other units having the multi-strike is probably more impactful. Additional health. Certainly the kind of thing you drop on hotheads with some work. Brand Warrior, you could come in with Rage 15. Absolutely. And reduce a unit to 1 size, you say? A 1 size branded warrior that strikes 3 times. Has rage on slay. It also applies corruption 20. The fact that it can apply corruption 20 is the real kicker. So like, can I have a line that's just 2 branded warriors behind Hothead? They'll compete for one another, but the thing is they also give corruption 20 to enemy units, so you give corruption 60 to a living unit. Oh, also, by the way, Endless is here, so... Endless on Pyre Chomper, so I literally never have to worry about energy at all, and then I can just go draw gem like I really, really want to after the next boss. Yes, please. I feel like the Avarice will probably pay for itself. Obviously, I could make the Demon Friend small, but, like, how much do I really get out of that? It's enough. Strength Zone for additional damage on our triple striking Horned Warrior, and then Avarice. Oh boy. This upgrade certainly doesn't feel like it has a good place to go. I'm just gonna drop it on one of the hotheads. I've got 3 calcified embers that need to be removed from this deck, but thankfully now that I've got the Pyre Chomper endlessly, so that'll be really helpful. I've got 1 holdover and 1 endless spell as well, so I really need draw to help me out. These Pyre casks are probably some of the least relevant spells in the deck, and also I don't want to bring them back with the Impish Scholar if I can avoid it. Alright, if we can survive the Kale fight and get draw after this, he boy. He boy indeed. Right, bottom line. I need to regularly be able to take down the backliner. Gilda, maybe your Harvest Floor needs to be elsewhere. Or maybe my whole Whelp sub-theme is bad, and I shouldn't be using it. I even have the Tome of Contracts there. There is a good argument to be made that the Lady Gilda floor is my worst floor by far. I need to be able to kill the Cherub so I can prevent lifesteal and damage. Like, if this bottom floor was just, like, Steelworker, the better branded warrior, and then a Hothead to defend them, and then Lady Gilda just stands on her own line waiting for support. That seems really good. Obviously, I'm going to get a lot less Avarice on this battle, unfortunately. Hang on. Weren't we already killing the cherub? What happened? Back down to that line, please. Okay, so we are killing the cherub, but if I use Golden Touch to take out the vicious axe thrower, we're not? How? Now we're only dealing 1 damage to the cherub. How? Pyre gel when he dies. Summon the whelp. Pyre summons. I can't see why that would have changed. Oh, I guess it would have been eaten by a unit. Right, and that's how it would have lost the rest of its health. Got it. That makes total sense now. Pop a Welder Helper at the very back of the line, just to keep them healthy. Then that Welder Helper is going to get additional rage. Everyone's going to get additional armor. That's a very self-sustaining line right there. It somehow ended up doing way less than I thought. What? Do have to use my Golden Touch every turn, ideally. It's fine, I get to keep a bunch of Ember for the next turn. And of course, our bottom line is healthy and only getting healthier. Perfect. Get him, hothead. And then I summon Impish Scholar. Thank you. Then I will kill my own Impish Scholar. Suppose incant for damage to enemy units. Give that to you. Alright, I really want basically all of the rest of my hands to play out a Calcified Ember, because if I can get, you know, all of them removed, will be incredibly... Oh, perfect. Fire Jumper! There to give us health. Then... give us health as in defending Lady Gilda. Time of contract go on you. Perfect. A little bit more avarice for this midline, but thankfully Pyre Chomper still dies, so we get extra energy. And we're taking 3 additional energy the next turn anyway. Alright, so we got 3 turns to draw as many of our consecrated, excavated embers as possible. Demon Friend and Miser just go to the top floor because they can. Demon Friend join this floor, then Hothead Yeah, I guess. Hit him with the double attack. Oh, that's so much corruption. 120 damage per turn just to the boss. I'm gonna drop a Pyre Chomper and then a... I think Pyre Chomper is probably enough at this point. Hot head on the top line. Another golden touch. We're beyond those golden touches being relevant, though. Please allow me to draw some of these embers. Unless I've already played them all out. I don't think I have, though. I think I've got like 3 in my deck. 5. There we go. One more. Good lord. This is going to be really good at the Titans. It's 100% draw gem. Hell Furnace. When a unit gains Pyre Gel, it gains double the amount. I do need to get a room. I don't think that's the room I want. When a unit gains Pyre Gel, it gains 3 times the amount. I don't really give Pyre Gel to the enemy that much. Apply Pyre Gel 5 when enemy to enemy units when a whelp dies. Lady Gilder is applying Pyre Gel. Or, I mean, I could. I don't feel like it's going to be a lot of Pyre Gel. I feel like the whelp floor doesn't do that. Whelp floor is like all set up, no execution. I guess unless I treat it as like one hothead, Lady Gilda, and then just the rest of the floor be as it may. Which, yeah, I'm starting to come around on that. I will absolutely loot this. When you damage your own unit, when a unit gains Pyre Gel, it gains +1 stacks, sure. Dragon's Whelps gain 8 additional damage, obviously. Still nice, but I'll be taking Hellfire Bellows in this instance. Fireborn Insignia. When you equip a friendly unit, like Conduit 4, not really relevant, not really a thing I do. Medallion of Superiority. Units gain +3/+3 for each upgrade on their card. That'd be a really good way to give just some additional health to a couple of our units. Nothing wrong with that. Taskmaster's Lash. When you damage your own unit, reduce cooldown by 1. I don't have good ways to damage my own units, unfortunately. Oh, Spirit Breaker charge. Hello. After using an ability, friendly units gain 5 additional damage. That is going to be very good. Obviously, with the Tome of Contracts giving us the ability to reduce cooldown timer, but also the Summoning Whelps gives... There we go. Summon Whelps reduces the cooldown of friendly units by 1. I might be able to have 2 floors actively using abilities consistently. That's some good scaling. Okay, Merchant of Steel is still very relevant to us. Merchant of Magic significantly less, although Endless and Term Contracts and Remnant Pact both having something like a Permafrost or something like that would be totally appropriate. I think it's got to be the Merchant of Steel. Literally, I think it's just got to be, like, get more upgrades on the units and then summon them. Also, that additional health is certainly worthwhile. Grade your champion. I don't need the Gilded Egg. Let me go all the way to Bloat Matron 3. I'll have a look at the Merchant of Steel. Dualism. I mean, there's a couple of you that really want that. Dualism on the Branded Warrior giving out Corruption? That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Obviously, Dualism on Steelworker. It actually... Oh, it doubles the amount of armor it gives before the Rail Hammer. So instead of doubling 10 to 20, it doubles 6 to 12 and then adds 4. A shame. I do think 100%, 1000%, in fact, this goes on the Branded Warrior. I think that's 100,000% the right option. If I can get you to stand up and apply Corruption to bosses consistently, it's all you'll ever need to do. Give another multi-strike to a unit. Gotta say, Demon Friend having multi-strike 3 is pretty cool, actually. Especially if I can play you. Additional health to the Hothead, keep you alive. Additional damage to a Horned Warrior, keep you thriving. The second Branded Warrior, honestly, probably doesn't even really get much of a look in here. Great unit with Endless. I think it's about time that Endless goes on an Impish Scholar. +1 to size. Unfortunately, the Demon Friend is already fully upgraded. Otherwise, I would give you +1 to size, and it wouldn't work because your size cannot be increased anymore. Enter with another 10 rage on you, please, Branded Warrior. Aberrus 3 and Large Stone I think I can leave behind here. Swift Steel Dagger, the ability to quick to a unit that otherwise didn't have it. Quick on Branded Warrior, quick on the units that want to slay, quick on, obviously, Demon Friend. Yeah, we have a lot of reasons to take the Swift Steel Dagger here, and because of those, I will take it. At the start of battle, enemy is superior on each floor. Okay. Gilda, you still definitely want to be on the lowest floor. Hell Furnace is incredible for you. Having a Hothead to protect you from damage, really important. And then I need a Branded Warrior and someone to defend that warrior. You two will be my choice. We have all of our Inflames in hand, as well as the Impish Scholar to bring them back. Cursed Dragonstaff would allow the top line to kill, but would you... Actually, hang on, let's try this. Cursed Dragonstaff on the top line, then I use a single one of my Inflames. Okay, yeah, that does attribute the slays to the Branded Warrior, which is what I was hoping to see. That said, I do think that the Branded Warrior should be holding the Swift Steel Dagger instead in order to save health on that top line, but I did want to confirm the interaction first. I'm just not going to be playing the Impish Scholar this turn. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to be playing the Cursed Dragonstaff. I will be playing the Impish Scholar. We'll have enough damage by the time it goes up there. Ooh, that's so much rage. This is where you stop, says the enemy. Says I. Oh, thank you for the Inflame again. Oh no, we actually ended up saving the life of the Impish Scholar. I honestly can't really prevent that from happening. Well, no, I can. I just have to play you on a different line. You are bringing back a powerful spell every single turn at this point, so absolutely you will be able to do that constantly. Thank you kindly. I should be so lucky to get enemy units appearing on each floor at the start of the battle. It's so good for us. Pyre Chomper. Is it time to start working with you? Yeah, of course this top line gets eviscerated. Before it even gets to attack, the Brand War, it takes out all of them and we all gain 20 rage on the entire floor. That in flame obviously goes there. I think I want Stuck Up Whelp to die. Use the hot head on this floor, but then Pyre Chomper becomes a bit of a problem. Oh! No, the top line gets cleared too fast. Okay. Thank you for killing my Pyre Chomper. It's actually a very important thing that we needed you to do. Okay, now I'm holding 4 additional energy per turn. Unfortunately, I have not drawn my Golden Touch just yet. Term contracts, now we can constantly make a cost on that bottom line. I don't really need the additional energy that many times. Does anyone else need to be endless here? Yeah. Let's give endless to the whelp so I can play you each time. Okay, so there's the first Golden Touch. I really wish I had more of them. Or at least you for multiple turns by now. Gosh, that's unfortunate. Well, nothing I can do about that, so... let's drop a imp on that floor. Getting, oh, another turn of contracts. Not actually the spell that I wanted to dupe there. Oops. Wait, hang on. I played Tome of Contracts last turn. Okay, I can't even undo that. Yeah, your cooldown is 1, and then I play a whelp on your floor, use its ability, and now your cooldown is fixed again. A lot of cooldown manip available here. I guess I will give reduced cooldown time to the Stuck Up Whelp. Constantly using abilities on the bottom line is nice, though. I don't play Tome of Contracts again. Oh, I missed out on my final calcified ember here, unfortunately. That's okay. We'll still get a decent amount of avarice here. It's all just about using as many abilities as I can on this bottom line in order to trigger the Rail Hammer and, where is it? Yes, Shale Shell and Rail Hammer to give +7 armor to all of the friendly units on the bottom line. Oh, Mind Cage is so good as well. 1 Ember, Resolve, reduce cooldown by 1 every turn. So if you gave a 3 Ember, a 3 cooldown unit, Tome of Contracts, and the Mind Cage, it would be able to cast every single turn. Make it rain, damage all enemy units, repeats. Merchant of Arms. Ugh. Merchant of Arms to get Swift Steel Dagger in the opening hand so that I do have multi-strike and, like, quick on the Branded Warrior as part of setup. That seems really good to me. Impressive, Inferno, and another Pyre Chomper. Realistically, I think another Pyre Chomper is too much. Save this one, unfortunately. Well, do I loot? Do I just get a random minor Fireborn artifacts? Because I don't get to loot after the next boss fight, right? Loot it outside of battle. There's no outside of battle. No, I'll save. We'll see. The difference is so minimal that I'm willing to risk it literally just to see the outcome. My remains, drink it, expand max by 3. I would love to do it, can't do it. Unit without Pyre Gel, King's Pyre Gel, +6 stack, great. Friendly units enter with armor 9, great. Expanded Coffers is literally nothing for us, sorry. Any unit with Pyre Gel dies, there's a spread amongst enemies, great. Summon triggers an additional time, been looking for that. Equipped units gain armor 14 rather, yep. Merchant of Arms. Ooh, Inferno Room. Inferno's room, pretty hard to deal with. Unfortunately, I didn't get the... additional Artificial Pyre Stone, I think it's called. 3 additional Deployment Ember would have been incredibly powerful for us right now. What am I even looking to dupe here? Like, I kind of want to get a second copy of the Branded Warrior. It's so much corruption. In which case, what? My line is Branded Warrior behind Branded Warrior behind one of the hotheads, and then the other line is hothead with Lady Gilda. Make Swift Steel deployable. Combine 2 equipment cards into 1. Mind Cage and Lava Armor do go on the same unit. I could re-roll here, but I'm probably not going to do anything with that, whereas I could just remove cards from the deck. And at this point, it doesn't make sense for me to have this many whelps. My harvest on Gilda's line kinda wants whelps to die, but it'll deal with anyone dying. I get additional damage from whelps dying, and obviously a couple of additional bonuses from using whelps, courtesy of like the Sacrificial Chris, the Attuned Manacles. But Shell will trigger anyone. From anyone, rather. Do I drop 0-cost Fortifies from the deck? Misa, you absolutely get out of the deck. I'm not playing you again. Stuck-up Whelps only aren't out of the deck right now because they do trigger all of those other abilities, and they also cost 0 when I generate them appropriately. I don't need Tome of Contracts if I have merged equipment. Curse of Dragon stuff is nice if I can afford it. Oh, Golden Touch, obviously. I could use you for additional Dragon Horde, but I could also just remove you from the deck. Increase my cycle through things. Increased cycle gives us the ability to get back to mostly cards that I don't intend on playing again. Good lord. Do I literally not remove another thing? I'm gonna reroll here and see if any of this is relevant. Overgrowth Carapace. That would actually be a fun piece of equipment to get on Demon Friend by itself on a line if I can. I'm gonna take that just in case I can get that working. Sure, let's actually just pay to remove the Galspite Ember this time. And one of the Fortifies. Alright, Seraph, let's go. You enchant my units with Sap 5, Sap 10, and you add a Curse of Entropy to my deck on Resolve. Good lord. So, I'm thinking, for the bottom line, Lady Gilda, Hothead in front of you. And then Steelworker branded for another line. Wealthy Whelp is a money maker. You can hear that bottom line. I have no spells that I can play, so Curse of Dragon stuff doesn't do anything down there. Hothead will deal no damage to all of the enemies. Overgrowth Carapace is obviously very nice if I can get Demon Friend down to grow. We'll use a Welder Helper to block and die this turn. Actually, it doesn't even die. Hell yeah. That's a Dragon Staff on Branded Warrior. So next turn, when these 3 units come up, if I cast a spell on that line, this Branded Warrior will trigger 3 slays at the same time. So I'll have some good damage stats to start working with. Who's silencing this floor? Who's silencing this floor? Chosen Arden, Incant. Oh, there it is. Deafening Herald. Good to see you. First off, Dominion's Eye obviously needs to be played out. Golden Touch adds a lot of damage to the enemy units here, unfortunately. We're definitely developing both Pyre, Chomper, and Stock Up Welt this turn. Then Hothead, you want the equipment, so now you are going to be able to use your ability every turn. Maybe I give the Swift Steel Dagger to the Branded Warrior instead. Yeah, that makes so much more sense. Should have done that in the first place. Yeah, and the only endless units I lose are ones I am more than happy to lose. Oh, ideal. Let's get the big Branded Warrior on that line. Yes. We're pushing 3,000 damage to Seraph Eternus this turn, apparently, by the by. I did not think I was that far yet. Do I need to make someone else endless? I guess I'll give it to my health guy, just in case. Just in case I need some welding done. You know, you hate to need it and not have it. Consume cards so far. Remnant Pacts. I should not play Remnant Pact. I don't want to consume Remnant Pact a lot of the time here. Get him, Hothead. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna play the Impish Scholar anyway, so if I get double stacked in Flame, it'll have the ability to kill the enemy. It's between them. There you go. Oh, right, it literally double triggers, so it has to give it back. Forgot about the double summon. Somehow. Oh man, you dying and giving back both copies of the Inflame to hand is going to be insane. So much energy. But there's the Impish Scholar with the double stack. So... Oh, and we've got Golden Touch. Oh, which I should use for the enemy. I was thinking of hitting my own Impish Scholar this turn. Doesn't really help me. Wait, hang on. That's not enough to kill? Oh, because of the Titan skin. Never mind. I can't even cause that to kill this turn then. Fine. Bound to happen. Thank you for both of the stacks of Inflame back to hand. I don't know. Who really needs the safety right now? I feel like everyone's pretty safe. Get him! Oh, I did have time to loot it here. Cool. When a unit ascends, they gain 3 Pyre Gel. That's going to be a lot of Pyre Gel for savagery. Looping around the field a couple of times. After deployment phase, summon a random unit on each deck from your floor. Whoa, boy. I mean, it's kind of good. It really depends who it summons and where. Like, if it gives us Pyre Jumper and Impish Scholar early, it's really... It's just 3 additional units. I don't think it's going to kill me. But also, it might. I think having some additional immediate power on the field is probably relevant. Time to clash with the Titans. All right. Hands full for the deployment phase. Makes sense. Makes sense. Right. So, bottom line, I really, really need a clear on the bottom line. Very, very important that we have the ability to regularly clear the bottom line so that I don't have to worry about folks that give, especially curses, continuing to ascend. And then the units that ascend will have so much, will have so much Pyre Gel on them, they'll be really, really good food for the Branded Warrior. So I do think it is the same setup as the last turn. And then we just get a random unit on each floor, hopefully not bad ones. Okay, so we got one of the Branded Warriors on the top line, we got a stuck-up Whelp in the middle line, and a stuck-up Whelp on the bottom line. That is fine. Swiftsteel Dagger arrives pretty early as well. Use the stuck-up Whelp to keep that line alive. Hang on. I have 3 copies of that? Oh, right, yeah, because you're another copy of the big boy. That's great. I'd love to keep you alive. I really want this stuck-up whelp in the back line to die, but it's going to be very difficult to get you dead. This line wants another multi-striker. Then you give out that armor. Then quick dagger for the big boy. This is so much damage we get to push on entropy immediately. I'm going to take one to the Vengeful Shard so that I can play the Branded Warrior and Fortify as well this turn. This one's less important to me, so you go ahead. Hothead, you don't get to use your ability every turn, and I only have one whelp left in the deck, so I'm not going to use your ability now. Oh! Actually, hang on. That's so cool. That's so cool. Okay, so, where is it? When your Pyre takes damage... Where are you? Where are you? There we go. Magma Core. Your Pyre applies Fire Gel 2 to enemy units on all floors with Revenge. And also, you know, when you apply Pyre Gel, give additional Pyre Gel. And when, when a unit gains Pyre Gel, it gains additional stacks as well as the Hellfire Furnace on the bottom line. All this to say that allowing my Pyre to take 1 damage there did a huge amount of Pyre Gel to every enemy in damage. That's sick. This mid line is going to be hard to keep alive. I'm going to have to support you with End Flames, I think. Fire Chomper, bottom lane. You're a sacrificial unit. Thank you for being so. Oof. It's hard to keep the Steelworker alive there, apparently. I really do want to keep that Steelworker alive, though, so I think I'm going to have to give you Endless, literally just so that I can play you again next turn. Then this Hothead needs additional damage. Your cooldown is now coming off every single turn already, so I don't need to give you the Tome of Contracts. It's also not really good on anyone else, though. I don't even play it then. I don't want it to be in my consume pile. Drop a Welder Helper on the top line for as much HP as I can get. Stop stacking Inflame there. Now Hothead. Gotta take out all of the enemies for me. I'd love you forever. Good lord. Entropy is absolutely screwed. Right. Steelworker right back on that midline if you don't mind. There you go, enough armor for you to survive as well. Endless to the Welder Helper, literally just so that you can constantly come back and give us additional health. Really important, I think. So we're going to summon the Pyre Chomper, and then Wealthy Whelp on that top line. Use Wealthy Whelp's ability to give a bunch of armor to everyone, hoping that we get to keep, perfect, a bunch of those units alive. Rid the Vengeful Shard. Highlight for some damage. Hothead decides to just murder someone. Nice. Good lord. Yeah, the Entropy's already on 1 health. Wow. It's wave 3, by the way. Yeah, come back down here, Savagery. If you're ready to die. Yeah, it's just Dominion on the top line that's really an annoyance right now. That said, ideally I do let my Impish Scholar die basically every turn. Does anyone else really need Endless, or do I just start letting that cycle? I suspect we start letting that cycle. I don't really want anyone to grow larger with the Overgrowth Carapace if I can avoid it. I've only got 1 consume card, so I do, I guess, have leniency to make a second. Realistically, Overgrowth Carapace should just get out of the deck, so I'll just summon it. And Golden Touch, no. I'll wait to use my abilities on a line that actually needs them. Yeah, like this one. Yeah, like this one, see? Oh boy. I pretty much brick my lines if I summon the Demon Friend here, but then I can move the Demon Friend to another line. Never mind, we're fine. You go up. Perfect. Thank you, Impish Scholar. I'd love to keep you alive if I could. Unfortunately, I can't. All right, Dominion. You're the only one holding us up. Come on, Dominion! You know you're dead. I know you're dead. Why don't you just agree? Oh my god. Almost 1,000 Biogel on Entropy, 360 Corruption, and 100 Biogel on Savagery. There's 600 Corruption on the top line for Entropy. Good lord. Alright. Let's resolve this fight now. Yeah, it's still just Dominion holding us up, and it will be pretty much the entire time. I really wish Stuck Up World was dead. Can I influence that? The answer is no, but I did want to get the Steelworker alive on that floor anyway. Far overdue for another Pyre Chomper. Get him! Impish Scholar brings back both in flames. Hell yes, that's exactly what you want to see. I'm going to use those to try and keep the Steelworker alive for more than one turn. Alright, next turn, Dominion goes down as well. Flames are so good. You do so much damage, Hothead. I love you. Alright. It's time. Let's fly Demon Friend down here as well. Just to hang out. A little bit of Avarice. Woo! Good lord, this Pyre Heart is so cool. Golden Gods win a run with all covenants enabled on Pyreborn, as well as reaching level 10 with Pyreborn. Pyreborn Brain Smite, X cost to consume, reduce cooldown by X, and apply 2x Avarice Need. Devilish Details. 1 Ember consume, gain 3. Oh, this is gonna be my favorite card, I think. 1 Ember consume, gain 3 Dragon Horde. Your Pyre takes 10 damage. Just gotta figure out a way to keep it alive. Tiresome Climb, 2 Ember, Ascend, apply Daze 2, as well as Impsicle at the start of the turn, add a random Imp unit to hand, and the Shardtail Queen, who can utilize those very effectively with a Imp-related line, which we'll re-familiarize ourselves with when we get to play her. Get him, Pyreborn. I don't know who I'm rotating around to in the next episode, but I'm keen. The barracks have something else for us now.
Oh, my adorable golden butter cookie. You're looking so gorgeous, so opulent, so luscious.
Your words are as valuable as counterfeit coin. You can keep your flattery.
What dulls your glee, my darling beauty?
I lent you 2 cases of Pyre Gold and I haven't seen a gold flake back.
I have the gold for you soon.
Why has Pyre blessed me with a lazy dragon like you?
I mean,
look at your cave. No gold, no rubies, not one skull of your enemies.
I like an uncluttered space.
Enough! Give me my money with interest by the time the Coven Fairies start their moon song, or I will have to follow Rule of Pyre number 226.
Forgive all dead and cuddle your favorite dragon?
Never share a cave with a poor dragon.
What am I gonna do?
Make a bunch of money, as it seems, Phoenix, and that definitely seems within your wheelhouse. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody, the name of the game. has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist on my content, the Game Pass, present, future YouTube recommendation. Down below, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out about the thank you and a special thanks to the episode to Victor. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we see you all next time.